Live from Treaty 1 territory, this is APTN National News, recognized as Canada's best national newscast.
Good afternoon. Welcome to APTN National News. I'm Savannah Kelly. After Canada's First Nations Clean Water Act was introduced in Parliament last week, Northern Affairs Minister Rebecca Chartrand was on the Long Plain First Nation near Portage la Prairie, Manitoba on Tuesday. She said drinking water has been improved for 5 First Nations in Manitoba. According to the minister, the people of the Tatasqueyak and Mississippiwistic Cree Nations in the northern part of the province should be getting their boil water advisories lifted soon because of improvements to their water treatment plants. Chartrand also said repairs and upgrades are nearing completion on the Tutnawazabing Treaty Reserve west of Dauphin. They've been under a drinking water advisory for almost 3 years. And long-term water advisories have been lifted in Barons River and Long Plain First Nations. Nearly 10,000 community members across Manitoba will now have access to clean drinking water, Chartrand says.
It builds on more than $9 billion invested since 2016, which will support 1,500 water and wastewater projects benefiting hundreds of First Nations across Canada. Together, First Nations and Canada have lifted 156 long-term drinking water advisories. Today, 38 remain in 36 communities. So we remain committed to working with First Nations to address every one of them.
A former mining town in northern Manitoba is holding a public meeting tonight to discuss human security, community sustainability, and the overall well-being of the people who live there. Residents of Leaf Rapids, located 1,000 kilometers north of Winnipeg, say they're in crisis. The RCMP saying that a recent series of serious and escalating incidents there is deeply concerning. The Mounties likewise say they've deployed additional resources, including police dog services and the Crime Reduction Enforcement Support Team, into the community to identify and arrest those responsible and ensure public safety. Manitoba RCMP say on June 19th, they received an influx of calls with an increasing level of violence. Between 1:19 a.m. and 2:46 a.m., there were 4 different reports of a firearm being discharged, the final resulting in a 17-year-old being shot. During that same period, an abandoned house was also set on fire. The North District Commander for the Manitoba RCMP says the violence will not be tolerated. On June 17th, a 21-year-old man was found dead in an open area of the community. His death is considered suspicious. Roughly 300 people call Leaf Rapids home, all of whom were evacuated last summer due to a wildfire. During the mining boom, more than 2,000 people lived there. The meeting hopes to identify solutions. Citizens there have been writing the province saying they are approaching institutional collapse. Citizens of the town, which is administered by the province through a third-party management contract, are self-declaring a state of emergency. A Saskatoon business group is optimistic about a potential partnership that could see the land for the downtown arena become an urban reserve. CTV's Laura Woodward reports on how some feel about the city exploring its option with the Muskeg Lake First Nation.
Saskatoon is embarking on a journey to create a downtown event and entertainment district.
A district that could sit on an urban reserve. An urban reserve is land purchased by a First Nation that is granted reserve status by the federal government. Once designated, the First Nation assumes jurisdiction over the land and city bylaws no longer apply. Agreements are then put in place to outline how the city and First Nation will work together going forward. City administration is suggesting Saskatoon explore a partnership with Muskeg Lake Cree Nation as an opportunity to advance the downtown event and entertainment district.
Muskeg Lake approached us and they asked if they could partner with us.
At this stage, Mayor Cynthia Block says City Council is not being asked to approve an urban reserve, but rather allow negotiations to see what might be possible.
This is the next step, and it could be a mighty one.
The Saskatoon Chamber of Commerce is optimistic.
It's an idea worth pursuing.
The potential partnership with Muskeg Lake Cree Nation comes after the city rejected a deal with an American-based venue operator, leaving a major funding gap for the project.
I think sometimes there's perhaps a greater certainty and comfort dealing with local partners versus those from away, only because those local partners are already very invested here.
Muskeg Lake Cree Nation is no stranger to urban reserves in Saskatoon. It created Canada's first commercial urban reserve in 1988 and has several properties in the city. In a statement, Muskeg Lake Cree Nation says this is just the beginning. Nothing is final, but the conversation is worth having. The potential partnership is set to be discussed here at City Hall on Wednesday. Laurel Woodward, CTV News, Saskatoon.
4 renewable energy projects in Nunavut are receiving over $17 million in federal funding to help reduce the territory's reliance on diesel-powered electricity. $8.5 million will support a clean energy microgrid at the Ak-Sarnit Hotel in Iqaluit. Another $4.8 million will fund studies and designs for solar and wind energy projects in 3 other Nunavut communities, with the goal of cutting diesel use by up to 50%. In Rankin Inlet, $2.5 million will help complete Nunavut's first off-grid solar and battery project, while Kulik Energy Corporation received $1.3 million for a territory-wide renewable energy study. Iqaluit still relies almost entirely on diesel generators for electricity through renewable energy projects. That includes a proposed hydroelectric dam near Iqaluit, which is moving through planning and development. We're always looking for your feedback or story ideas. Here's how you can continue the conversation. If you have a story you want to share, send us an email to news@aptn.ca. To read and watch our stories, go to aptnnews.ca or download the new APTN News app. You can find us online on your favorite social media sites, including TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Follow APTN News to join the conversation and see our latest stories. We need to step aside for a short break. More news to come. Stay with us. Welcome back. For the past 2 years, the City of Regina has been selecting one local First Nations or Métis artist for its Indigenous Artists in Residence program, aiming to support artistic creation and community connection. In celebration of the city's 5th year of the program, 5 Indigenous artists have been picked this year. CTV's Sierra de Souza Butts brings the story.
As an artist with a disability, Tori Ironstar says painting is a way for him to tell his story.
Painting's super easy, it's visual, and everyone kind of understands. I don't need to use words to explain it. As like a hearing person would tell a story, I can tell it through art.
Ironstar uses a geometric style for his artwork, allowing him to incorporate his Nakota and Blackfoot Indigenous identity. Through his art, he hopes people can see the deaf perspective.
They see that I'm dependent on my eyesight and find that deeper meaning. And I'm really interested to see what people see on the surface level and what's basic, but really go deeper than that. And also incorporating the Indigenous perspective and colors and all of that, and just kind of 3 different worlds mixed into one.
Ironstar is one of 5 artists selected for the City of Regina's Indigenous Artists in Residence program, where First Nations, Inuit, and Métis artists join a paid residency that supports their artistic creation, community connection, and cultural continuity. As part of the city's 5th year of the program, 5 artists were chosen instead of 1.
There's so many great artists here locally that have such different perspectives and important voices to share, and so many diverse mediums. So this is really exciting way for us to celebrate the 5 years of this program.
From June to October, the local talent will host public workshops at the Neil Bockwell Civics Arts Center, learning from one another while connecting with Indigenous art and storytelling.
I think I'm most looking forward to is connecting with other Indigenous artists in the community and sharing that art with the greater community in Regina. I'm hopeful that it's going to create more connections between non-Indigenous and Indigenous people.
The artwork created through the 2026 residency will be added to the city's civic art collection. To date, The collection contains over 330 artworks by local Saskatchewan and Canadian artists.
It's exciting to know that my artwork will continue on in the collection even after I'm gone. I have a young daughter who is 8, and so that's something that makes me really happy as well as a mother, that she can, when I'm gone, she can be like, my mom's art's in the collection, and you know.
At the end of the residency, a final exhibition will be held at the Art Gallery of Regina from November to December. For Indigenous Circle, I'm Sierra D'Souza Butts in Regina.
Thousands of community events across Canada took place to celebrate National Indigenous Peoples Day over the weekend. APTN's Tina House went to one celebration in Vancouver that honored those that came before us and the future generations.
It was a fun day at the Musqueam Indian Band as kids gathered to throw the ball and dunk their friends in the tank. Mateo Baker was one of those who happily lined up to get into the dreaded dunk tank, with his dad Derek watching. They look forward to this event every year.
Oh, I love it. I just get to see all family and friends and other people around this area just gathering around, enjoying the day, and I love it. Yeah, awesome. And it's good. Good food. And good food, yeah. watch the kids have an amazing time. It's good.
For Chief Wayne Sparrow, he says today is very meaningful and wanted to honor former Chief Ernie Campbell for helping establish this day as a community event.
Chief Campbell, when this day was first honored, he said we'll celebrate, bring just the general public in and learn a little bit about us and our history, and then have a day where we can celebrate. You know, a lot of times in our community where, you know, we have funerals and events, you know, that don't bring anybody on a happy occasion. So it's just great that we can all get together and have a good time and laugh and share a meal.
And as always, a seafood feast including barbecue salmon and crab, burgers and hot dogs were on the menu. This year, there were a lot of organizations that came to give away samples and educate the public. For everyone here, this is a day to celebrate being Indigenous.
Happy Aboriginal Day.
Happy Aboriginal Day.
As First Nations people, we have the oral history, the table talk, and passing down our history. And you know, the younger kids are on video games, not necessarily interested. So any opportunity here where we can bring that out in a learning environment where we're out celebrating is great.
Tina House, APTN National News, Vancouver.
Yeah, baby! Woo! Chase, get in there! Where are you?
It's being touted as a landmark moment in Yellowknife's reconciliation efforts. A street bearing the name of a colonial-era figure has been replaced with something many say is much more meaningful and inclusive. Our reporter Charlotte Morit-Jacobs explains the significance of a name change that predates the city itself.
For members of the Yellowknife's Dene First Nation, there's no better way to ring in National Indigenous Peoples Day than with a historic change. Franklin Avenue, one of the city's main streets, is being renamed Williday Avenue, requested by YKDFN, unanimously approved by City Council.
Today is a huge step towards reconciliation. In a perfect world, there will be signage in all our Williday language on every street.
For more than half a century, the street has carried the name of British explorer John Franklin. YKDFN Chief Fred Sangri says the change better reflects the history of this place, which stretches far beyond Franklin's brief visit.
But John Franklin spent only 2 days here at the riverside. But my people have spent almost 8,000 years in this area.
Sangri shared stories passed down through elders about first meeting between Franklin's expedition and Dene leader Akecho on the Williday Yellowknife River.
So John Franklin, in the fall of 1820, landed at the Yellowknife River. So when they arrived there, all the Yellowknives were on the right side of the bank where we Williday site right now. That place is very historic.
The name Williday connects the street to the river, the language, and the people who have called this area home since time immemorial. For YKDFN Chief Ernest Betsina, the new name will become part of daily life. Kids will learn it in school, businesses will put it on their letterheads, and visitors will see it on maps.
When people see Williday Avenue, I hope they understand that they are on Dene land. I hope our young people feel pride when they see the language in the public places.
Charlotte Mort-Jacobs, APTN National News, Sambake, Yellowknife.
To Australia now. The extraordinary artwork of Stolen Generations children in Western Australia is on display for the first time after being lost overseas for more than 50 years. The artworks were created by Aboriginal children forcibly taken from their families and detained at the Carrolup Native Settlement in the 1940s. NITV's Emma Kellaway reports.
A vivid display of country and culture. But the story behind this artwork paints a painful history.
They're not just pretty pictures. They're not just history. It's living history.
The artworks were created by Aboriginal children forcibly removed in Western Australia, taken from their families and placed at the Carrolup Native Settlement in the 1940s. The names of the artists remain unknown, but each piece tells a story of its own.
The artwork can often depict an area in which a child was taken from. There are so many more elements to these artworks that actually give us a glimpse into these child artists' lives.
For Menung and Wadjuri woman Patricia Ryder, it's a story close to home. Her grandfather and great-grandfather were taken to Carrolup. She hopes the exhibition will honour their life.
But also to ensure that others who want to honour their ancestors' stories get the opportunity to do that.
For decades, the paintings were kept in collections overseas. In 2013, they returned home to Noongar Budja after being rediscovered in New York. Now on display in the heart of Perth's CBD, with plans of a permanent home expected to open in 2027 that will serve as a place for truth-telling and healing.
Their life story is still yet to be told. And I think the First Nations community and descendants of those artists are seeking that truth-telling.
Bringing light to a dark history. Emma Kellaway, NITV News.
We now want to tell you about this week's web poll question. Over on our website, we ask, are there political and social issues that comedians should stay away from in their routines? You can vote yes and no. You can go to our website, aptnnews.ca/poll to cast your ballot. We need to take one more short break. Stick around. On the East Coast, 17 and rain for Halifax, plus 12 for St. John's. Sunny and 17 in Nain, 10 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay. Quebec City, sunny and 20 degrees, plus 19 for Val d'Or. Sarnia, plus 23 and sunny there, same for North Bay. Elliott Lake, sunny and 19, plus 18 for Big Trout Lake. Churchill, 4 degrees and sunny there, plus 20 for Norway House. Brandon, 17 and mostly sunny there. Princess Harbor, 20 degrees. Regina, sunny and 17. Yorkton, plus 15. Stony Rapids, rainy and 22, plus 18 in rain for Meadow Lake. Rainy and 20 for Fort McMurray, plus 19 in Peace River. Calgary, 15 and sunny there, plus 16 for Lethbridge. Vancouver, sunny and 20 degrees, plus 19 for Campbell River. Dease Lake, sunny and 12 there, Smithers, plus 18. Plus 13 in sun for Whitehorse, plus 8 in Dawson. Wrigley, 17 degrees there, plus 21 for Yellowknife. Colville Lake, 20 in sunshine, rainy and 14 for Inuvik. Cambridge Bay, 7 degrees there, plus 14 for Nauyat. Arctic Bay, 1 degree there, rainy and 5 degrees for Clyde River. Following a breakout run that has seen her earn over 1 million streams and land a #1 single on the Indigenous Music Countdown, Cree R&B and neo-soul artist Love has just released her debut album. Isqueo, which is Woman in Cree, is a deeply personal 8-track project. Love is in Winnipeg this week to play the Sakoway Festival and joined us in studio early. Congrats on the new album. So the new album explores womanhood, healing, culture, and connection. Can you tell us a bit about what went into the album?
A lot of love. I wanted to
put something out there that was a really good representation of womanhood and just what it means to be a woman, Indigenous woman. So, yeah.
And the album includes a song in Plains Cree. Why was it important to include a song in your language?
Because I want to revitalize that, and I want to connect with it, and I want other people to connect with it and have pride with who we are as Indigenous people.
Absolutely. And this is your debut album, but you've had a #1 hit on the Indigenous Music Countdown. You've racked up more than 1 million streams. Why do you think your music is resonating with listeners?
I think because it's soulful and it feels easy to listen to and easy to digest. And I think in a world of, mass consumption right now, it's nice to have something that's just ease. It's just that ease. So, yeah.
And what do you hope listeners take away from the new album?
I just hope that in that moment that they're listening to it, that they're feeling okay, and that even if it's just for those, 2 minutes of the song, like, you're having good thoughts. So.
And can you talk a little bit about the feedback that you've received on the new album so far?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have, really resonated with the whole womanhood community, like having that sisterhood. I had somebody come up to me after a show, like in tears, crying about how it just resonated with her. And I think there's a large following of women who are in need of that community. So
absolutely,
I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and music has that special way of kind of getting right to your heart too, and it's speaking to you in a way that you might not know that you needed. So
it's connecting us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it must be great to hear that feedback from people and just knowing that your music is doing exactly what you wanted with connecting with women.
Okay.
So you're kicking off a tour, playing a number of festivals. Are you looking forward to bringing the music to new audiences, and where are some places that people can catch you this summer?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to growing for sure. That's just who I am as a person. But for now, I'm super excited to be doing things all over Turtle Island. I will be at the festival here on Thursday in Winnipeg, Sagaway, yeah. And then I'll also be in Pachena Bay, July 17th on the island, Vancouver Island. I got a couple things all over the place, but everything is on my website, so if you're wondering.
Well, we'll have to leave it there, but congrats on the new album. Good luck with the festival this week, and I'm sure a lot of great things are coming your way with this new album, so can't wait to see it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And that's all the time we have for your afternoon news. I'm Savannah Kelly. Marcy Miigwech, thank you for joining us. See you back here in a few hours for your full look at the day's news. Bye for now.